So today we were doing a study on the biodiversity and water quality. What we want to find out is if the water quality changes, does the biodiversity of the tide pool change? We're going to do the quadrant with Miss Norton, and we're going to see how many species of different creatures we can find, and we're going to test the water. So does anybody remember what we were testing, like that big whole word? Go ahead.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity, and what does that mean?
Different species, different living species in one area.
So we're going to see what the biodiversity is in the quadrant, in the tide pool, and then we're going to check the water quality and see what creatures live in what great water quality we have. One of the reasons I'm doing this is to really get the kids comfortable with the equipment, to know what water quality is and how they test for it. Do you have a good reading now? What do you have so far?
The pH is 167.
16.6. And I think the temperature's off because we've pulled it out of the water. You can test it also in the bucket. And eventually I would like them to be able to help me do some water studies so that there can be more aquaculture on the island.
pH is 149.
Okay, let me look at it again. We can't actually have a business of aquaculture on Long Island because of the way that the zoning lines were drawn up. So they were just drawn at random. So it had nothing to do with the water quality. But once the line was drawn, we were told that it needs to be sampled for a long period of time before they can redraw the lines. Little degree sign. And put a big C. It makes sense for us to do some water testing so those lines can be withdrawn and that people can actually have an aquaculture site on Long Island. We do have 2 people on the island that have their LPAs, that's their license for a kelp farm, but they have to do it on other islands that are neighboring islands that are smaller. So who is going to use this piece of equipment?
Aaron
And
Sis.
All right. Do you remember what the name of it is? Who remembers the name of this? It starts with a refractor. So, Elizabeth, what is that? So it would be great to get some more business into the aquaculture on Long Island. And that way, if someone is into the fisheries, if they're into the lobster fisheries, they'll have something else to do off season, especially the kelp, because the kelp really lends itself to that. So when you're looking through there, describe what you see.
The white line.
So you're seeing where the line is, and how much salinity do we have in the water today? We're tracking the water quality now, and we'd like to get really good at it so the state will accept our results, so that the students can actually have a part in lifting the zoning lines so we can have aquaculture right here on our little island. So now we're going to do dissolved oxygen, and Aggie, you're going to do this today, and what does this tell us?
How much oxygen's in the water?
Yeah, what is that? Who cares?
Because some creatures and animals need oxygen and some don't.
They don't need as much?
Yeah.
So the oxygen levels might be different in different places. Can you fill it up to the 10? And that's their future, and they know that. That's the coolest thing, that they know that what they do matters. And that's the other thing when we're doing studies, water quality studies, the quadrant study, they know that they need to be precise because there are times when scientists actually use the information that we give. So we have to be accurate. We can't just guess. It has to be right. So you're going to snap the bottom just a little, not too much. Let it fill up. Let's see. There we go. They were the ones who really got their parents interested and got different community members on board who had no idea what aquaculture is. So I think that where the kids are the voice of the community, we need to start teaching the kids ways to use the ocean for future use. They're the ones who are going to go out and educate the community. They are the ones who are going to talk to their parents, talk to their grandparents, and get the ideas out into the community so people have other ideas of what to do for fisheries, that there is aquaculture out there, that it is doable. If a bunch of little kids can do a kelp line, a grown person can do a kelp line.
That we didn't write down. Oh, you found another mussel? All right.
That's 2 mussels.
When we're looking at industry with the ocean for the future, we need to discuss plans with the students because it's going to impact them the most. They are our future. I see some seaweed over here and over here. When you were working with Mrs. Norton, what did you decide the percentage of seaweed was?
5% and 5%.
And this is one of our green crabs. Do we love these guys?
No.
No, why?
They're invasive.
What does?
They kill our crabs and eat the lobster young.
And they also eat a lot of the clams underneath too. So they come and they take over. That's something that I want you to note on your notes too, okay? Because we should really be noting if there's any marine debris as well. So can you write that in your notes that there are 2, let's see, how many pieces of sea glass? One, is that one?
2, 3, 4. I see one. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
It's not just for the fisheries, it's with the community. It's a community thing and to keep our communities alive.